Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do some upgrades to my Himalayan. I've ordered the Rally Protection Pack, which was I think 225 quid, which consists of an upgraded sump guard and lower crash bars. And I've also ordered the rear rails to go on the back, ready for the luggage. It's all down here laid out, ready to go. First of all, we're going to do the sump guard and the lower crash bars, and then we'll move on to the side rails. Okay, the first thing we need to do is take off the heat shield, and then we'll take off the sump guard. Need a 4mm for that, and then underneath are two 5mm Allen keys. So I'll get those out next. Okay, that's the heat shield off. Next, the sump guard. 5mm Allen, two underneath it. That's the plastic sump guard off, so we can replace that now with the metal one and the lower crash bars. Next, we need to take off this mounting bracket. So I've got a 14mm socket on that side and a 17mm ratchet spanner to go on this side. That's that off. These little clips now need to go on the rear brackets. I'll show you where they're going to go. We just pop them on. It just pops on there. Make sure the holes are lined up. I'm on the left hand side of the bike now, and I've got to remove the engine mounting bolt, which is a 14mm with an extension on it. Tight. That one. We've got the big spacer, 102mm bolt, and the left-hand crash bar. So spacer goes in first, put the bolt through there, and then we're going to put this on loose for now. Leave that hang down there for a minute. It's going to go underneath. We're not going to do anything up tight yet. It'll all need jiggling into place in a bit. Just enough to hold it there. That'll do, that's loose enough. We need two 16mm bolts and two washers that came in the kit. They are going to connect the lower bar to the rear bracket at the back. We'll just do these up loosely. Next, we've got to take off the right hand control plate using these three Allen keys, 6mm for this one. Right, onto some bigger tools. The bottom one, the back was spinning, so I've put an adjustable spanner on to hold that while I crack that off. That's the right hand control loose. It's the right hand engine mounting out next, which is a 14mm socket, and you need to put a 14mm spanner on the back to hold it while you undo it. I've already loosened it, so I'll just finish this off now. That's on the back of it. And then you need to keep that safe, keep the washer safe, keep those two. Smaller spacer goes in the right hand side, like that. And then we're going to use this to join the two crash bars at the front down here. And when we put the second crash bar on, that will link into that piece then. Spots in there like that. Got one of the small bolts and a little washer. It's going to go in there and hold that in place. right hand crash bar next. You need to put this back bit of it behind the foot peg, so it slots in behind there, behind the exhaust onto that, and then that'll line up to the engine mounting hole. And put the 125mm bolt through there, and then we'll put the nut and the washer on that we took off from the one before. We reuse those ones. That's 14mm at the back, 14mm at the front. Yep, and tighten that up loosely. To get this on the back of the engine mounting bolt is really tricky. So the easiest way to do it is to put it into the spanner first. We can then put the last bolt into the back of the crash bar, which goes behind the brake lever. We've now got to take the one that holds the two crash bars together out, because there's going to be a bracket that goes on there in a minute. This was just here to hold the bars together to make it easier to get them in the right place, I think. We'll use that again in a minute. We can now torque up the one behind the rear brake to 24 Newton meters and 10mm spanner. The engine mounting bolt can be done up to 60 Newton meters, holding the back in place with the spanner. The left-hand engine mounting bolt can be done up tight now, that's to 45 Newton meters. The two 10mm underneath can now be tightened to 10 Newton meters. Front mounting bracket now goes on, ready to hold the sump guard on. That's going to go on here, making sure that the captive nut ones are ready to accept the sump guard when that goes in place. And these can be tightened up to 10 Newton meters as well. 12mm spanner, 12mm ratchet to loosen this bracket off, and then we've got to turn this 90 degrees so it's out the way, I think, for the sump guard to go on. Slacken this off and then you can give it a little tap round. Move it out the way and then do it back up again. This is then done up to 32 Newton meters. The rear foot plate can go back on and they're tightened up to 20 Newton meters. Need to hold the back of this one. We can then put the rubber washers into the sump guard, or grommets, whatever you want to call them. Six of those to do. These spacer things go in. And then we just got to bolt it on. We've put all the bolts in, so they just need tightening up now. It was a bit of a fiddle to get those in. They needed to be jiggled about to line them up, but they're all in and they need to be tightened to 10 Newton meters. So I'll just go around and tighten those up, and that's done. Last one. That's it, job done, all finished. Okay, the crash bar's been fitted, sump guard's been fitted, all genuine parts from Royal Enfield, so they've all gone on quite easily. Hopefully if you're thinking of doing it, that'll help you. Thanks for watching. See you next time.